The streak! The streak is over, man. We had a nice 4-week run, huh? AEW Dynamite tonight. Worcester. Tonight's show was not. It was not good. Why? I don't know, man. We're gonna talk about it. Why would I give you what I'm thinking now in the car on the way to the venue, man? I gotta keep you hooked. It wasn't good. Tony Khan sends Adam Copeland out in front of the live audience to start this show tonight, to rally the troops. Wave those AEW flags, bro. What good did that do? What good did it do? It did nothing but embarrass the company. We're going to talk about it tonight because seemingly it's the only thing people are talking about. People are talking about Punk, CM Punk, more than this show tonight. We're going to the venue inside the venue downstairs to my mother's basement. And when I get there on this rainy Wednesday night, Mother Nature, piss off! When I get there, I want to know, what the fuck are you guys drinking? First round's on me, TK. It seems like you need it. I'll see you over there.
Why has Triple H been so successful? Why is Triple H running WWE better than Vince McMahon and Bruce Pritchard on Monday and Friday night? Long-term booking.
Thank you so very much for joining me on Off the Script. This is your AEW Dynamite post show for April 3rd, 2024. I am your host, JD from New York. As always, coming to you live from the OTS venue. Thank you guys so very much for joining me on your Wednesday evenings, wherever you may be. First and foremost, before I get to anybody, before I get to anything, I want to see some prayer emojis in the chat for my guy Jesse He's in the hospital right now with his son. I'm flying solo tonight. Clearly, he's not here. He's in the hospital with his son, who's battling a very bad case of pneumonia. And Jesse and his family, his son, can use all the love and all of the support that is humanly possible. So make sure you guys leave those prayer emojis in the chat because he's going to see it. Go reach out to him on social media at Chi-Town Smark. Leave him some words of positivity. Leave him some words of encouragement, some words of love. And send all of your love, thoughts, and prayers to Jesse for his son to get the hell out of there, man. We need him back home, and we need Jesse and his family 100%. So make sure you guys go hit him up and send him some of that love, man. And before I get into anything regarding this show tonight, my guys, Billy Bob, and Thomas Franco, each with a $100 super chat. Prayers for Jesse and his family, says Billy. I just had a fallen brother yesterday who I served with overseas. Sucks so bad. You, JD, and the OTS family are the only ones that I feel comfortable to tell that to. It's hard to concentrate about it, but I have the OTS family with me. Billy. Billy, all that love and thoughts and prayers that we're sending to Jesse, we're sending your way too, my brother. It's going to be all right. We got your back always. And Thomas Franco with a $99.99. Another $100 bomb here by Thomas Franco. Hey, JD, just wanted to give you a bomb for you guys and your great work. And for Jesse, I hope his kid is okay. We are all thinking of him. Thomas Franco, Billy, gentlemen, thank you guys very much. Thank you guys in the chat for being here tonight on the live stream. We got a lot to get into tonight, and I'm a little bit under the weather myself. I developed a nasty head cold. Conveniently, as soon as the weather started to become bullshit, windy, it's cold, it's rain. I just got fucking mucus coming out of my nose. I got this headache that won't go away. I just feel very foggy. This show didn't do anything to make me feel better. So I'm going to tone it down a little bit tonight. I'm not going to get overly animated like I usually am. Usually I say that and I go back on what I say. I'm going to try and keep it cordial. I'm going to try and keep it at or around a 7 or an 8, not 12. Even though you guys probably do come for a 12. Listen, before I get anything out that I want to talk about tonight, I love CM Punk. I do. Most of you guys do too. There are people that don't like CM Punk. You are free to feel that way no matter what. That is your feeling. That is how you feel about the man. So be it. I love Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes was on the Ariel Helwani show today. I didn't watch all of the interview. Had things to do. I'm prepping for Philly. I'm leaving for Philadelphia. Honestly, I'm leaving for Philly right after this show. I'm hopping in the Stang and I'm hitting the road. I'll be in Atlantic City in about 2 hours. I love Cody Rhodes. I didn't listen to the interview today in full. I'll probably do that on the way down to AC. I love AEW. I love All Elite Wrestling. I do. I love what Tony Khan has built. I love Tony Khan's mindset. I love how passionate he is. Reminds me a lot of myself. I'm passionate about the things that I love. Passionate about this YouTube channel. Passionate about pro wrestling. I'm passionate about my music. Passionate about a lot of different things. Tony Khan is a great human. He understands people's emotions. And there's no doubt in my mind that that company and how they're feeling, Tony Khan takes care of all of them. I love WWE. I've been a fan of WWE since I was 4 years old. First show that I ever watched was WrestleMania 4. I was in my living room with my father, and we watched WrestleMania 4. I've been a WWE fan for all of my life. Going back to the earliest days of WWE, I remember sitting on my grandma's living room rug watching WrestleMania 5 and watching Bobby the Brain Heenan hold the Ultimate Warrior's leg from underneath the bottom rope as Ravishing Rick Rude stole the Intercontinental Championship. And there I am, a little warrior. I was more of a warrior guy than a Hulk Hogan guy, crying. And my grandpa's like, it's going to be all right. It's going to be all right. The Warrior's going to get him back. I love pro wrestling. I love pro wrestling. You see how easy that is? Do you see how easy that is? I love CM Punk. I love WWE. I love Tony Khan. I love AEW. We can all like both promotions. We can all like the entertainers and the athletes that perform and risk their lives every single week in both WWE and AEW. In fact, I look at you a little bit more like a weirdo if you don't broaden your horizons with wanting to find someone new on television. If you're a WWE fan, why aren't you watching Swerve do his thing? If you're a fan of WWE, why aren't you paying a little bit more attention to MJF? If you're a fan of WWE, why aren't you going out there and scoping out Will Ospreay? If you're a fan of Mercedes, who worked in WWE under the name Sasha Banks, why aren't you supporting her in AEW? I don't really understand that. It's a little bizarre to me. It's a little weird. No matter where these people go, I will be a fan. If Mercedes jumps back to WWE after 3 years and we see Sasha Banks return to WWE TV, I'm going to be a fan of Sasha Banks because I'm a fan of Mercedes. I don't get it. Everybody knows me for being a diehard Atlanta Braves fan. Freddie Freeman went to the Los Angeles Dodgers. You think I liked losing the best first baseman in the league? No, I did not. I was heartbroken. They did get Matt Olson, which is quite the pickup there. Point is, if Freeman ended up back in Atlanta after playing a few years in LA, why would I not welcome him back? Why would I blast Freeman for playing for the Dodgers? I love Freddie Freeman. Here's a better example of Chipper Jones. Chipper Jones played his entire career with the Atlanta Braves. If Chipper Jones went to the Mets, and he played third base for the New York Mets, leaving the Braves, would I blast Chipper Jones for being a turncoat trader? Fuck that man. Now, why would I do that? Some people are wired differently. Some people just love tribalism. Don't understand it. Very bizarre to me. It's weirdo behavior. The CM Punk interview with Ariel Helwani did more harm than good. Did I enjoy the interview? Yes, I thought Ariel Helwani conducted a great interview. I thought he asked the right questions. I thought he asked the questions that we were all wanting answers to. And Punk, the reason why we all love CM Punk is because of how he handled himself on that interview. Remember when Punk came back to the WWE in November at Survivor Series and he showed up on that Monday Night Raw and he cut that "I'm home" promo? After 10 years, that's the promo you cut? That wasn't the CM Punk that we signed up for. He got back on track the following week, and he's slowly getting back into the CM Punk that we love. But the reason why we all love CM Punk is for the way he usually handles these types of things. What you love about CM Punk, what you expect out of CM Punk, is the CM Punk that you got with Ariel Helwani. You know what boggles my mind? You know what really boggles this guy's mind is the fact that people are blasting CM Punk for what he said on Ariel Helwani. And none of these tribalists, none of these elitists, none of these diehard virgins online that bleed AEW, I mean, they're fucking typing away. I mean, there's one fucking geek on social media that is absolutely obsessed with trying to prove CM Punk wrong. Not even going to mention his name because he's probably a fucking fat slob, 40-year-old virgin who clearly has no direction in life. It's amazing to me how riled up these people get. It's unbelievable to me. At the end of the day, that promo did more harm than good. But I don't see none of these people asking for Jack Perry's termination. Oh, CM Punk, he's an asshole. Meanwhile, CM Punk went out on a live interview with Ariel Helwani 5 days before WrestleMania, was asked the question, answered the question, and he basically told you exactly what happened, which was recounted by several other people as the situation that happened. Tony Schiavone, on his podcast, he said in so many words, I don't give a shit. He mentioned me, I don't give a shit. Not 1 ounce of a, hey man, that didn't happen. Not one. Everything that CM Punk documented, as far as him confronting Jack Perry before Jack Perry went out in London to say, cry me a river, real glass, cry me a river. The initial reaction to CM Punk and Jack Perry, that Punk recounted with Ariel Helwani, was 100% the way that it happened. That's it. It was documented by several other people, sourced by several other people. Jack Perry defied management, and I'm a fan of Jack Perry, don't get me wrong. Defied management, yelled at Tony Schiavone, yelled at Mike Mansory, yelled at CM Punk, defied all management that came up to him because of this one situation. Yet people are mad at CM Punk because he said what exactly? What did he say? Oh, that's right. The AEW fans don't like when the truth is exposed. That's the problem. That's the issue. God forbid AEW does something wrong and it's exposed to everybody for the world to see. Third time I'm saying it. The interview with Ariel Helwani did more harm than good. It divided the community even further, which is another reason why you should just stay off social media. Tony Khan Obviously, listen to this interview. Within minutes of CM Punk saying what he said about AEW, which, from all accounts, nothing that CM Punk said was factually incorrect. Is AEW an indie company working with an indie mindset? Yeah, it is. They're trying to be a major promotion with a major TV deal, but that indie mindset seemingly is the only thing that's driving them to create television. It's an indie mindset where most of the locker room is sufficient and satisfied by delivering 5-star matches rated by some goof, jerking off to their ratings from some goofball so that they could go brag about it to their friends. Like Punk says, tell me or tell him when he's telling lies. He's not. Is it a business? Sure it is. Sure it's a business. Is the business being run the right way? I don't give a fuck how they run their business. I just want good television. It's what I've been about for as long as I've been a podcaster. If you don't get that, maybe you're listening to the wrong fucking show. All I want is everything that I talk about is directly to do with television. Said this about WWE, I'm going to say it again here for all the fucking imbeciles who don't understand when someone is talking to them what's right and what's wrong. AEW does a lot of good. They do more bad than good. What have I said about WWE all these years? When they were going through their tough stretch, when Vince and Bruce were ruining the fucking television, we were subjected to god-awful television weekly. I didn't let up. I was defiant in making you guys aware of what was going on. Was all of it bad? No. Was most of it bad? Yes. It very much was. And the same thing is happening now with AEW. Ticket sales, ratings, buildings, pay-per-view, whatever metric you want to throw at me. Demos. If it's down, you got to ask yourself why. Ask yourself why. The numbers are down. The attendance is down. The rating is down. The demo is down. Why? And I don't like the ratings. I don't give a fuck about the ratings, but people seemingly use the ratings as a huge metric. And that's the only thing that we have to go on right now. Obviously, the attendance in some of these places is not good. Running a 16,000-seater and filling 3,000, not a good look. I pray that whoever they hired fixes that immediately. What you directly do on television. What you do on television. Meaning, stories, how we build to stories, how we build those stories into matches, and creating memorable television. Everything that you do on television will directly correlate into fixing your problems. Everything. Said it with WWE, I'm saying it now. I have been saying it now with AEW. It goes in one ear and out the other. AEW, Tony Khan, Will Washington, none of these people have to listen to me. But I'm gonna keep saying it. I'm gonna keep saying it. You can turn the other fucking way, and ignore everything that I'm telling you. You could sit there and listen to me and tell me that I'm wrong. You could sit there and tell me and tell everybody that this guy don't know what the fuck he's talking about. Hate me, love me, indifferent. I don't give a shit. At the end of the day, I am more right than anybody in this fucking community. Nailed it with Triple H and NXT. Nailed it with Vince McMahon for years. Told you exactly how everything was operating, and look at where we are now. You think I'm going to let up because this is AEW and Tony Khan loves the fucking creators in the community? He listens to them and this and that. I don't give a fuck. I don't. If Tony's listening, if he's not listening, I don't care. If he's listening, I hope he appreciates my honesty, because that's all I've ever been. You don't like it? Tough shit. Keep listening to the fucking virgins online that don't know a fucking thing, that couldn't come on here and lace my fucking boots. JD this, JD that, JD sucks, motherfucker. Let me see you do what I do, the way that I do it. Nobody does it. If it was so easy, you'd have my fucking audience, you'd have my fucking production, and you'd have the fucking #1 goddamn stream every fucking week when I talk about this fucking promotion. Everything you do on television will directly correlate into what happens with all your metrics that are down. I don't need CM Punk to tell me what's wrong. I don't. You're all looking at CM. Oh my God! Oh my God! How could he? How could Phil Brooks? How could he say that? Say what? What did Punk say that hasn't already been said? What? You're all looking at him like he fucking committed adultery. He committed fucking murder. Live with Ariel. What did he say? What did Punk say that has not already been discussed? What? I've been saying it for every single week since the downturn of AEW. Every fucking week. Yet you're all taking him and what he said and running with it for engagements and hating and tribalism and oh my God. Or are you just angry that what CM Punk said was truth? Tony Khan can sign whoever he wants. He can gloat. This is where the best wrestle. Great. Fantastic. This is where the best wrestle. Thanks, TK. Thank you for telling me something that we already understand. We know this. There's not one fucking person that doesn't grasp that. If they don't agree with you, clearly they're not watching the fucking show. AEW's got the most talented roster maybe in the history of pro wrestling. Ever. There's no refuting that at all. None. No, nobody could sit there and tell Tony, yeah, you know what, Tony, I think you're wrong, man. Yeah, you don't have the greatest right. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. But what is the roster? What is the roster? Without good creative. Within the blink of an eye, Tony Khan can take that great roster, where the best wrestle, You could fucking take that statement and wipe your fucking asshole with it if there's no creative to back it up. The roster is as good as the creative behind it. Which I cycle back and tell you what I just said moments ago. Everything that is wrong with this place is fixed by creative. I don't want to sit here every single week and repeat myself. I can't help the AEW fucking freakazoids who live and die by this place, hoping for a fucking job. I can't help them if they don't understand common sense. Creative is the end game. Without creative, you fail. Oh, but JD, there is creative. I'm not saying that there isn't creative. It's not particularly good. And yes, I'm going to reference WWE. I repeat myself every time I talk about this, every week. Look at WWE's turn in attendance, in rating, live gate, subscriptions, Peacock, this, that, the other thing. When did it start? When did it start? If I'm going to take a dart and throw it at something on the dartboard, I hope it lands on Roman Reigns becoming the tribal chief and starting the bloodline. That happened during the pandemic era in front of a bunch of TV screens outside the Performance Center. Or where the fuck were they? In Tampa. That's where they were. That's what happened. That's the start of WWE's uptick in the last 3 years. Slowly over time, we got WWE producing LTB, long-term booking. Now, granted, Roman Reigns wasn't on television every fucking week because he wrestles 6 times a year. But Jey Uso was on television. Jimmy Uso was on television. They introduced Solo Sikoa. Paul Heyman was there. When you have that sort of collective talent that not only are great in the ring, but also captivate you through their voice and whatever they say in a microphone, then you know you're on to something special. And that's all you need. That's all you need. That one thing. From that, we get the bloodline. From that, we get Usi. From that, we get Sami Zayn. And the story of Sami Zayn being a common man who's not a part of the family, wanting to be a part of the family because he's lost and has no family. Kevin Owens disowned him. Leading up to that ultimate betrayal, Sami figured out he was being used and did the one thing that his heart told him to, was to turn on Roman Reigns. Where were you watching the Royal Rumble last year when Sami Zayn hit Roman Reigns with that steel chair? I know exactly where I was. I was on the edge of my fucking couch, hoping that he was going to pull the trigger. What happened after that? I'm not afraid to fucking admit it. I had a fucking tear rolling down my eyes because we fucking felt emotion in Sami Zayn doing that when Jey was telling him, why would you do that? I trusted you. Only for Jimmy to fucking kick his head off. Why am I talking about this that happened last January? Because AEW hasn't had a single moment like that since Cody and Dustin. That was it. They haven't had a single moment like that since then. when AEW was hot and new and fresh. Where's the emotion? Where is that edge of your seat, hoping that something happens, but you don't really want it to happen? Something that's gonna fucking leave you on the edge of your couch with a tear coming down your fucking face. Because you are emotionally invested in what the story is. And again, I stress that's all you need. One story, characters that take you from 1 week and span months of television. But then you got people telling me, JD, that's not what AEW is about. That's not what makes AEW the alternative. You just want them to be like WWE. Motherfucker, I want AEW to be wrestling. A pro wrestling company that I grew up watching. A pro wrestling company where they give me stories like the one I described with Sami Zayn that leave me wanting more, that leave me at the end of Dynamite. Man, I can't wait for next week's show. That leave me at the end of it with a fucking tear running down my face because I'm emotionally invested in Sami Zayn. No, but the AEW freakazoids got it all backwards. They look at me, they listen to me saying this, and, oh, JD hates AEW. You couldn't be more fucking wrong. You couldn't. What makes AEW an alternative? What? Blood? Weaponry? Tony Khan's fucking fetish for ECW matches 3 times a month? What makes AEW the alternative? What? Someone explain it to me. What makes AEW an alternative? What AEW's doing, Paul Levesque has no problem doing that. He was doing it before AEW was even three letters. He did it in black and gold every fucking week, taped. Leaving me with a feeling of wanting more. Takeover would happen 5 times a year, 2 hours, the best fucking shows that they ever produced. 5 matches. Every single fucking show. You know what I said? Man, I want another fucking 3 matches. You know why they didn't? Because they got you. Again, I ask, what makes AEW the alternative? The way I look at it, I just see WWE talent coming over here because they're not wanted over there anymore, or they want a bigger payday that Nick Khan's not going to give them. In walks Tony Khan with his fucking blank checkbook. There you go, Copeland. There you go, Mercedes. There you go, Sheamus. Or whoever else is coming on in. This is what the AEW freaks, the tribalists, the elitists don't understand. You're not even getting the AEW that you fucking grew up with 5 years ago. It's a completely different fucking place. So again, I ask, what makes it the alternative? How could you be the alternative when the alternative was the guy running WWE for so many years, running the show now? That excuse does not fly anymore. It doesn't. So now AEW and Tony Khan need to go back to the drawing board and do what needs to be done. It's easy to be the alternative when Vince McMahon don't know his fucking left hand from his right hand. I don't get it. Oh, but AEW, They are the alternative because they tell stories in the ring, which then leads to story. They have a different way of going about telling a story. No, that's not a story. That's lazy. That's lazy. I don't give a fuck about the story in the ring if there's no story going into it. I don't. You can sit there and brag, we got great wrestling. That's great. Fan-fucking-tastic. I got great beer in my fucking fridge. At some point, I gotta throw it all away because I can't fucking drink it all. I have so many different fucking flavors and options. Which one do I want today? That doesn't mean anything. That doesn't. You asked me for a great drink? I got you. I got you all. You want a great wrestling match? AEW's got you all. Can't use it as an excuse anymore. You can't. Stories need to happen. That leads to matches. And then story built from the match leads to bigger story. AEW is missing the one key ingredient. Long-term booking. They don't have that one overlapping, huge, must-see weekly story. It's going to drive attention to their shows and generate excitement. They don't have that one long, overarching story that's going to elicit emotion. Watching Bryan Danielson wrestle Lance Archer for 20 fucking minutes when it means absolutely shit does nothing for me. Nothing. If it does something for you, congratulations. You're a fucking idiot. Zero emotion. Zero. And that's me, being a Bryan Danielson fan, zero emotion. It's a great wrestling match. You can't use that excuse anymore. You can't. When you understand that, then we are on our way to recovery. Tony Khan sent Adam Copeland out there tonight to open the show. To open the fucking show and rally the troops about what CM Punk had to say on Ariel Helwani's show, because CM Punk said AEW is not a business that is in this business to make money. They're not here to make revenue. They're not here to sell tickets. It's an indie company with an indie mindset that is satisfactory on putting on 5-star matches, and that is it. And the company will be around as long as Tony Khan wants to pump money into it. Seems like you guys got upset about CM Punk because he spoke the truth. Adam Copeland going out there, rallying the troops. This is where the best wrestle. I love this place, blah, blah, blah. How the fuck can you love this place when you just got here last October? You could love this place. I don't think Adam Copeland's the type of guy in this fucking company that needs to elicit this message to the fucking fans. The only one that is capable of delivering this message, the one Copeland said tonight, the only one that is able to deliver this message are 3 people. 1, Jon Moxley. 2, Kenny Omega. And 3, MJF. That is it. That's it. You sent Adam Copeland out there, who's been here since October, to cut a message, to rally the troops in defense of what CM Punk said. Not only embarrassing himself, but embarrassing Tony Khan and embarrassing AEW. And don't give me the shit that, Copeland went out there by himself. He wanted to cut this promo. I'm sorry. At what point does Tony Khan actually run the fucking show? Was there some sort of line sheet? Was there some sort of approval process? I'm sure Adam Copeland just took a fucking microphone and buzzed right by everybody in Gorilla and went out there and cut a promo because he wanted to fucking cut a promo on rallying the troops because of what CM Punk said on Ariel Helwani. Give me a fucking break. Tony Khan rallied everybody in the back before this fucking show, sent Adam Copeland out there, picked Adam Copeland to go tell this promo because he's the WWE guy that has the most heart in that company outside Bryan Danielson. That's it. But I don't understand why that promo was necessary. Why was this promo necessary tonight? Now, I know a lot of people are probably going to be saying, oh, well, why was CM Punk's interview necessary? I'm sorry. Punk was asked a question and a series of questions, and he answered them honestly like he usually does. Oh, my God. CM Punk, it wasn't necessary for him to bury AEW, but he was answering a fucking question. Would you rather him lie? Or do what a typical WWE superstar does and avoid the question? Or better yet, would you rather him be Tony Khan when confronted by media? Oh, I can't talk about that right now. Now, we'll have more information at a later date. Yeah, sure thing. Sure thing. That's why we get fucking absolute imbeciles at these scrums. Oh, well, who do you want to defend the title against next? Do you think we'll get more than 2 women's segments on the show? No wonder no real journalists get invited to the fucking show. Why was this promo necessary? The company tonight looked like a company that was defeated. AEW looked like a boxer going into the ring to start round 1 and got knocked the fuck out within 30 seconds of the bell ringing. They're down and out. Referees counting 5, 6, 7, 8. They get up. Getting up, looking at the lights, wobbly-legged, ding, ding, ding. Bell rings to end round 1. They go sit in the corner. Round 2 is going to be a little bit difficult for AEW. It's exactly what the company felt like tonight. It's almost as if the company that I praised glowingly for the last 3 weeks, where the fuck did they go? What happened to that company? AEW produced 3 shows at the beginning of March coming out of Revolution that might have been the 3 best, most solid episodes of Dynamite in 5 years. What happened to that company? Where are they? Tony Khan felt the need to throw Adam Copeland out there for this promo to rally the fucking troops in defense of what CM Punk said. Who fucking cares what CM Punk said? That's what should be your attitude. You know how you answer CM Punk back? By producing the fucking shows you produced after Revolution. That's your fucking answer. That is your answer. Not some half-hearted, half-assed, forced bullshit that you told and forced this guy to go cut that sounded so insincere and so disingenuous that I wanted to fucking vomit. What happened to AEW? What? Stop addressing the fucking criticisms. Stop it. If you put that much effort into fixing the fucking things that we criticize, maybe we wouldn't have to have Adam Copeland go out there and act like a fucking idiot. And I love Adam Copeland. Why he was put in that position in the first place is fucking unreal to me. Why anything that he said was said is unreal to me. Why? All you do is take the wound that CM Punk inflicted and you make it bigger. That's all you did. You basically are masking your fucking problems and pretending like there are none, trying to prove Punk wrong when in actuality, the solid things that Punk said are the fucking problems with your current state. No, but Punk is the bad guy. This has nothing to do about Jack Perry. That's Jack Perry and CM Punk's problem. Talking about the lines where he said the indie mindset, not a business, they're not here to make money. All you did was prove CM Punk right. That's all you did. That's all you did. Until AEW fixes their fucking problems, I am going to continue to say it week by week by week. This is not some fucking amateur who's sitting in his fucking bedroom where you could get a clear look at his fucking Kleenex and Playboy magazines and his fucking figures that he plays with every fucking night because he's got no fucking friends. This is a real business. I take what I do very seriously, and I love what I do. And I have a fucking voice that I built from the ground up, just like AEW was built from the ground up. And I said what I said weekly about WWE, and look at where we are right now. I'm not batting 1,000. But holy shit, man, you best believe I'm batting cleanup, and I'm the MVP of this fucking bitch. I'm going to do the same thing about AEW. You don't like it? Tough shit. If you're a pro wrestler that listens to me and you like what I say, I love you. I'll never know, because apparently it's a fucking terrible thing to like what I do. If you're a pro wrestler that doesn't like what I do and doesn't like what I have to say, tough shit. I don't owe you fucking a single solitary thing. When it's bad, it's bad. When it's good, it's good. Just like you do when you go to a restaurant or have a drink that you got fucked up at the bar by the bartender, or you go see a fucking movie or a TV show that you weren't happy with. You provide criticisms. It's exactly what I do here. Maybe you should aim your hostility and your displeasure, not with me, but with the guy booking this fucking show that sent one of their biggest stars out there to act like a fucking fool in front of a nationwide audience, acting defeated because of one unemployed individual who's not there anymore. That guy got under everybody's skin. Did CM Punk aim to kill AEW? No. Did Ariel Helwani aim to kill AEW? No. That wasn't the goal of that interview. Ariel Helwani asked the questions that all the fucking people that Tony Khan invites to the scrums can't ask. Won't ask. Because they know they're not allowed. Nobody's going to give them a straight answer. And Tony Khan's not going to give them anything. So where exactly did Ariel Helwani go wrong? He came prepared. He asked the questions and Punk answered. Some of the positivity that Punk said kind of went and flew underneath everybody's radar. I have more positives in AEW than I do negative. Nobody seems to care about that fucking comment. Praised MJF. Nobody cares about that comment. Now, you're just taking some of the more truthful lines out of context and you're spinning them into your own narrative because you don't want to believe the man when he's absolutely 100% factual. Every single week, I'm going to keep telling you the same thing. AEW's problems exist because of Tony Khan. AEW's problems exist because of creative. The show tonight was not good. And it did not get started off the right way with Adam Copeland. You want to prove everybody wrong? You should have started the show off with your biggest storyline. What exactly is that? I don't know. I don't know. AEW has angles. Do they have stories? Stories have chapters. Stories have characters. Stories have revolving sequences, in and out, ups and downs. AEW doesn't tell stories. They don't. Anytime somebody comes to me and says, AEW tells stories. No, they don't. They tell angles. They do angles. Stories. These stories begin and end with the pay-per-view. That's it. Please tell me what stories are in AEW. The only one that I could really think of right off the top of my head are two: Mariah May, Tony Storm, and Copeland and Christian. That's it. What other stories exist? There are none. Let's do this. Let's do this here and end it at the pay-per-view. We need something to get us to the pay-per-view. That's it. These people think Will Ospreay and Bryan Danielson's a fucking story. No, it's an angle. It's an angle to get a dream match out so everybody could fucking cream their pants, which is what makes AEW an alternative. Great. What happens when you run dry of the dream matches? You're going to be begging for story. Meanwhile, if you gave me story, maybe those dream matches will have a little bit more shelf life. Now let's blow through them without any story because they're dream matches and we are proud of Meltzer's 5-star rating. Meanwhile, the fucking freakazoids don't understand. If you actually have a story, it would make the 5-star match a 6-star match or better. The greater the story, the better the match. No story going into the match is going to yield just a great match. Now, nobody wants to be better here, though. You all want what you want when you want it, and you want to get by it and through it as fast as we can to move on to the next fucking thing. That's AEW's mentality. Rush, 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 rush. Oh, you just want them to be like WWE. No, I don't. I want them to create emotional, investing television. Split the rosters. Make your championships feel important. Stop having open challenges. Stop giving me a ranking system and then shitting on it legitimately the next fucking week. No, nobody wants to hear these. Nobody wants to hear these problems, though. Nobody wants to hear these. Oh, JD hates everything. I praised this show up and down for the last 3 weeks. Last week was a little iffy. The first 3 weeks of March, you could not get me more excited for AEW. No, but when something goes wrong, hey, JD hates AEW. No, I hate bad television. You can spin it and weave it however you want to use my name to get some engagements and throw my name into a title on a YouTube video. By all means, go ahead. You're only bringing more attention to what I do anyway. And half of the fucking people that watch that shit are fucking mindless drones, clueless. They don't know a fucking thing. They don't know their head from their asshole. Meanwhile, I've given you exactly what needs to be done every single week. And not one single person, not one single person has taken what I said and applied it. Not one. It's fine. It's fine. Keep listening to your Meltzers. Keep listening to your Alvarezes. Keep listening to these fucking geeks who don't know any better that wave the flag of AEW and that's all they do. I'm going to try my best to get through this show. I am. I got a lot to say about Mercedes Moné. I don't even know why we have rankings. I don't know why we have rankings. I don't. It's like unbelievable to me. Oh, no, it's nothing. It's nothing. No, my intelligence is insulted. If you like being treated, Tony Khan is basically telling you, hey, man, you're a fucking idiot. It's basically what he's doing with the rankings. Thunder Rosa, Tony Storm, Swerve, Samoa Joe, Will Ospreay, Will Hobbs, Tag Team Title Tournament. We're going to get into all that. I thank you guys for being here. Jesse's not here tonight. We're going to get into the rest of the show. We're going to read your super chats. I appreciate you guys very much. Tonight's show is sponsored by DraftKings. Make sure you guys download the DraftKings app or use the link that I've provided in the description below. Make sure you guys sign up. Use that promo code JD from NY. Tonight's show is sponsored by DraftKings. Today, we've partnered with DraftKings Sportsbook with opportunities to build exciting parlays and get you guys in on all the action with free-to-play pools. DraftKings has got you covered. All you guys got to do is download the DraftKings Sportsbook app right now and use that promo code JD from NY. Only at DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours. Thank you guys very much for joining me here tonight. Follow me on social media at JD from NY206. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Cameo. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for notifications. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up. 708 likes. Try for 1,000. We got almost 2,800 people in here. Hit that thumbs up. Super chats are open. Get them on in. We'll hang out at the end of the show. It's going to be a big, big week. Big. Make sure you guys join me this weekend for WrestleMania. We'll be doing the post shows, obviously Saturday and Sunday. I'll be live Friday after SmackDown. Driving to AC tonight as soon as this stream is over. Going to be meeting up with Mr. Bagdala tomorrow, and we will be doing our thing. Dinner, Undertaker, and drinks tomorrow, Friday. We'll be at WWE World. Come and hang out. If you guys see us hanging around, come say what's up. Friday afternoon, Solomonster and I will be doing commentary for House of Glory. HOG versus Wrestling Revolver. Sami Callihan's promotion. Friday afternoon on Fight TV. You guys can order the show, $9.99. Or you can just go buy a ticket. General admission is still available. Saturday, we'll be at WrestleCon. Saturday, tailgate. Outside Lincoln Financial Field. And then Sunday, live TNT outside Lincoln Financial Field. Tailgate, WrestleMania Day 2. It's going to be a big weekend, guys. So if you guys are going to be around at all, I'd love to see you. Go check out all the other content on the channel. There's plenty of it. And again, thank you to DraftKings for sponsoring tonight's show. DraftKings, use that promo code JD from NY. And take advantage of their offer. I'm not going to go over what Adam Copeland said. I ranted enough. I'm not going to go over what Adam Copeland said. I think I got out basically everything I needed to say. If you guys want to go hear word for word what Adam Copeland said, I'm sure Denise transcribed the entire fucking promo on social media without giving her expert opinion on it. Like everybody else who wants the fucking engagement farm on social media. Thanks for telling me what he said when I have 2 fucking years of my own. He ended the promo by saying he's calming down. He's doing good. He said he got fired up and wanted to get that off his chest. Sure thing. Says it's time to move forward. He says there's a reason Okada, Mercedes, and Ospreay came there and a reason he came there. What exactly is that reason, Adam? He then introduced Will Ospreay. Ospreay came out. Fans are chanting Ospreay. He entered the ring. He shook hands with Adam Copeland. He then left the ring. Punk's whole point was that AEW is stuck with a mindset where they're happy to appease the little audience they have without wanting to break out and be a business and be worldwide. And they sent Adam Copeland out there to double down on that. You want to make a statement, TK? Don't acknowledge it. What you did was acknowledge it, mask the problems, and prove that what Punk said was factually correct. What you should have did was not send Adam Copeland out there. This had nothing to do with the fucking storyline. How stupid do you look? How ridiculous does AEW look to send this guy out there when he's in the middle of a TNT title reign and have what he says, 0% of what he said has to do with anything on fucking television? Yet you'll get the AEW cheerleaders fucking waving the flags. Oh, that was great. Oh my God, that was the best promo ever. Meanwhile, I'm watching it. I'm asking myself, what did it do? What did it forward? Who does this benefit? Nothing, and nobody. No, but please tell me that JD is a hater. He didn't even bring his fucking title with him. Some champion, TK. You send the man out there to cut that promo in defense of what Punk said, and then you don't have him show off the TNT title? Ridiculous. Will Ospreay. He went one-on-one with Powerhouse Hobbs. A battle of the wills. Now you would think you look at this match and say, oh man, this is a clash of styles. This is a clash of styles. Will Hobbs is great. If there's going to be a future to AEW, Will Hobbs better be a part of it. I'm telling you right now. Obviously, Will Ospreay is a part of that, but power and size versus speed and precision. Now, I thought the Battle of Wills and the tagline for this was a little cringy. But Will Ospreay is battling everybody within the Don Callis family, not because of, like, hatred or anything of that matter, but Don Callis has this thing where he basically wants to teach Ospreay and the Don Callis family that we are all a family. Meanwhile, it's doing the exact opposite. Because Ospreay beat Takeshita, Ospreay beat Hobbs, Sammy Guevara is nowhere to be found. He's out of the fucking Don Callis family. Kyle Fletcher, he was beaten. So basically, Will Ospreay has basically eviscerated the entire Don Callis family. Now tensions are growing. Will Ospreay will realize that this is not to keep the family together. This is going to separate the family, and Will Ospreay is going to want none of it at all. Which will lead to the Don Callis family eventually feuding with Will Ospreay. He's going to probably enlist Kyle Fletcher. I don't see Kyle Fletcher staying with them. Kyle Fletcher's probably going to end up right back with Will Ospreay. They are former stablemates in the United Empire. I'm assuming that's what's going to happen here. But I thought this was a great match. I wouldn't say this is Will Hobbs' best match, but it's pretty damn close. And Will Ospreay, everything Will Ospreay has done, from in-ring to promo work, the way he's been used, has been done perfectly. So for everybody saying JD hates everything AEW, I have praised Will Ospreay till I'm blue in the fucking face. There is absolutely no denying the power, the star power, the ace, Will Ospreay. Seriously. This was a great match. We got a world's most dangerous slam on the apron by Hobbs, which led to Hobbs hitting a fallaway slam over the commentary table on Will Ospreay. We go to a commercial break here. We come back. Ospreay started to fight back. Handspring wheel kick, followed up by a kip up. Ospreay tried for some chops. No effect on Will Hobbs. So he slapped him in the face, and Ospreay knew he had made a fatal mistake. Hobbs grabbed Ospreay by the throat and delivered an overhead throw. Hobbs blocked a tornado DDT. Ospreay managed to hit a stun dog millionaire. Hobbs countered with a wild lariat to the back and a power slam for a 2. There's one thing that Ospreay does tremendously. It's sell for his opponents. He looks fantastic taking offense from his opponent. So Hobbs went up top. He missed a frog splash, very uncharacteristic from the big man. Ospreay hit an Os cutter, flush for a 2 count. Ospreay then wanted hidden blade. Hobbs countered into the world's most dangerous slam. Ospreay countered into a cradle. Ospreay charged. He was turned inside out, doubled down. Both guys. Hobbs gets up, hits a twisting avalanche power slam out of the corner. Ospreay kicked out at a 2. Hobbs then lowers the straps. Things are getting a little bit more serious here. He wanted his spine buster. Ospreay spiked him with a DDT. It looked a little sloppy, but I saw what they were going for. Followed by a leap of faith. Hidden blade. 1, 2, 3. And Will Ospreay gets the victory. Post-match, Callis tried to check on both of his clients. Hobbs was furious. Callis whispered something to Hobbs to calm down. Ospreay left on his own, and Callis stood with Hobbs. Before Ospreay could celebrate, Bryan Danielson, his music hits. He walks right past Ospreay, leading into the next match. Again, Ospreay has done no wrong. Not really too big on the story of Ospreay and the Don Callis family. I don't really know what the benefit is if they continue to lose. But we will see how it all plays out. I'm not really giving AEW much credit here. It honestly feels like a WWE storyline that they're going to basically drag over weeks of television with no clear ending. I genuinely don't see a good outcome here for the Don Callis family. And those who are in the Don Callis family, Hobbs and Takeshita, I mean, they need wins, which they have not been able to accumulate right now. So what are we doing here? Bryan Danielson, he walked out. He wrestled Lance Archer. Again, I don't know if this was done by design. The fucking AEW freakazoids will cry story. I don't know where the fucking story is. You're going to have to do more than that. Story needs words. Story needs dialogue. Will Ospreay wrestled somebody bigger than him. He beat him. Bryan Danielson's wrestling somebody much bigger than him. And Lance Archer, he beat him. Are we basically telling the story of whatever Will Ospreay can do, Bryan Danielson can do better, and vice versa? Until they eventually meet? Is that the story? I don't know why this match was even a thing, honestly. This is when I started to ask myself, what happened to the first 3 weeks of March AEW? Every segment made sense. Everything mattered. Everything had a reason for being there. Yet here we are. What are we doing? We go into picture-in-picture. Archer grabbed the ring attendant on the outside. He was clearing off the announce desk. Danielson used his speed to try a dive. He got caught midair. He was chokeslam on the apron. Then Archer grabs one of the ring attendants, body slammed this geek onto Danielson, and we got a picture-in-picture. It was all Lance Archer during the break. Danielson finally started to fight back with chops, some leg kicks. Danielson flipped out of the corner, tried a running charge. Archer ran through him with a crossbody. Archer tried his rope walk. Danielson pulled the leg out. He crotched Lance Archer in the process here. Danielson started firing up with some corner drop kicks. The third was countered into a big bear hug by Archer, which Danielson himself countered into a label lock. Archer used his size to get a foot on the rope. He rolled to the floor. Danielson met him with a charging knee off the apron. We go back inside. Danielson connected on a drop kick off the top. Some yes kicks. Archer blocked the head kick into a choke slam on Danielson for a 2 count. Danielson is in trouble now. Archer's going for his blackout finish, using anvil elbows in the corner. Archer hit a big step-up knee, another blackout attempt, and Bryan nicely countered that into a sleeper hold. Only this time, Archer shrugged Danielson off, got to his feet, hit one Busaiku knee. Archer didn't go down. Archer blocked another knee, so Danielson hit a series of head kicks, and then the final home run Busaiku knee. 1, 2, 3, and Lance Archer goes down in defeat. It's basically all she wrote. Was there a story here? No. No, there wasn't. So why did this match take place? Oh, it was a great wrestling match. It's great. But what does it mean to the overall story? The way I look at it, it didn't need to happen. All you're doing is risking injury to somebody in Bryan Danielson with a major match coming up in 3 weeks at Dynasty in St. Louis. What happens then? Is going 20 minutes with Lance Archer worth it? Again, AEW seemingly did nothing to dispel the truths that CM Punk laid upon us with Ariel Helwani, and they doubled down on where the best wrestle. Basically, zero story with Will Ospreay and Will Hobbs. At this point, I don't give a shit about the Don Callis family, and zero story with Bryan Danielson and Powerhouse and Lance Archer. Zero. Renee Paquette. Speaking of something we don't care about, introduced Chris Jericho. Jericho did not get a good crowd response here. In Worcester. Maybe they're not a fan of the Lionheart. She asked him about the status of his relationship with Hook. Jericho said Hook agreed to let him mentor him, but he said something that stuck with him. He said that's why he wanted to call him out tonight. Hook walked out, gray sweatpants, hoodie, leather jacket. Jericho said he understands why Hook said, "I know who you are." He said anyone he has a line with, he ends up fighting them. I understand this, and I understand that you're weary. He says, we are at his level. The rules are different. Fans started booing him. Jericho said Hook will understand what he's trying to teach him, even if he doesn't trust him 100% yet. This guy's fucking texting me during the show about Manscaped. Yeah, okay. Jericho said Hook will understand what he's trying to teach him, even if he doesn't trust him 100% yet. He asked him to believe in him as much as he believes in him. Hook said, yeah, Chris, I believe in you. He says he got them a match for Collision. He says he'll keep an eye on him. Jericho says he wouldn't expect anything less, and he's learning already. Who were they wrestling in a tag team match, you say? Backstage, Lee Moriarty said one way you shoot yourself to the top in one night is to beat the Golden Child and the first world champion of AEW. So we're getting Shane Taylor and Lee Moriarty in a tag team match against Hook and Chris Jericho on Collision, which is airing at 11:30 on Saturday night because of college basketball on TNT. No wonder they put such a nothing match on Collision at 11:30. nobody gives a shit on a normal day. Nobody's going to give a shit at 11:30 on a Saturday night. Give me a break. Absolutely, absolutely worthless. Here's my advice to you. Collision, maybe something happens. I heard rumors of something important happening on the show, but people like me will probably say it's a nothing show because of the time slot, yet they'll fucking troll us all and put something big on the show just so that you watch. So I'm not even going to say anything. But again, basically a Rampage match on Saturday night. Great. Don't care about Lion Hook. Does anybody care about Lion Hook? Huh? Who's going to be watching Collision after WrestleMania? You're going to be watching me. Fuck out of here. Jay White. He went one-on-one with Billy Gunn. I got a question. Why is it so difficult to make Jay White look like a beast? Huh? I mean, are we just stuck in this mediocrity with Jay White? This match, and this is where I just put my stamp of a thumbs down on this show. I mean, what are we doing here? Jay White and Billy Gunn. First of all, I love all the geeks who tell me AEW is the alternative, but we see 60-year-old Billy Gunn wrestling on their A show against a guy that realistically should be in the discussion for Dynasty with Swerve and Mercedes and Will Ospreay. That's number one. Some alternative you got there, freakazoids. Number two. This match went way longer than it had any reason of being. Jay White should have handled Billy Gunn with ease and set up an angle post-match to get us to the six-man tag, which is going to happen at the pay-per-view. Meanwhile, all I get is some WWE-style bullshit for about 7 minutes with Jay White getting his ass thrown around the ringside area, and I'm looking at my clock, and I'm like, what the fuck are we doing? What are we doing? Who produced this match? Who? Should have went 3 minutes tops. Blade Runner, 1, 2, 3, and that's it. Meanwhile, we went, 13 minutes to end in a DQ? Billy Gunn wins by DQ. We can't even give Jay White a victory over Billy Gunn? Ridiculous. So, Gunn, before the commercial break, he was on the outside. Just throwing him around. Felt like forever. Basically nothing happening here. White got in the ring for a little bit, only to get clotheslined back to the outside. We got a commercial break. Gunn tried slamming White into a chair set up next to the steps. Aubrey did not allow it. Back from break. White sidestepped a corner splash. Finally got his first offense after 8 minutes. Imagine that. Jay White got his first offense on Billy Gunn after 8 minutes. Drop kicking Billy Gunn in the leg. White wanted to go for a famouser. Turned it into a tilt-a-whirl slam. White rolled to the floor, and we saw the Acclaimed laid out backstage on the big screen. Obviously, the Guns took them out. Jay White posted Gunn, tried for a Blade Runner back inside. Gunn countered into the one and only for a double down. Gunn hit 2 famousers, signaled for a third, but then went for a chair. Austin and Colton hit the ring and pleaded with their father not to hit Jay White with the steel chair. Gunn tossed it aside. Austin and White hit a low blow for the DQ. White grabbed the chair and was about to go for a chair shot when the Acclaim ran down back from the backstage area. They brawled with the Guns before Daddy Ass decked White. The Acclaim cleaned off the commentary table and wanted a suplex on White through it, but the Guns made the save and bailed through the crowd. The quicker they end this storyline and this angle, the better off we will be. Get those fucking six-man tag team titles off of the Bullet Club, merge them with the trios, and burn the Ring of Honor six-man tag team titles. All I have to say. Worthless. Absolutely insane that Billy Gunn went 8 minutes on offense on Jay White when the match realistically should have ended in 4. Renee Paquette. She introduces Willow Nightingale out to the stage. This didn't happen in the ring. This happened on the stage. I actually like this little change of pace. One positive about tonight's show. I did like the camera shot here from the stage. You got a view as if you were coming out of the entrance ramps of Willow, Stokely, Chris Statlander, and Renee. And you saw the crowd in the distance. I like it. She asked Willow about getting a title shot. I'm feeling mother fluffin' great, she says. Statlander stood behind her with her arms crossed, doing her Wardlow impression, as if she was bodyguarding for MJF. Willow said she loves Worcester because she spent years busting her ass in that town. She said often Statlander was right next to her on the road trips. She mentioned she wrestled at a place called the White Eagle, which fans pop for. This actually got a louder chant and a louder ovation than the one that Chris Jericho got. Goes to show you Jericho is fading away into obscurity on AEW television. She got emotional, and she said Worcester is her home away from home, where she learned who she is and wrestled with whether she was good enough. A weird, quirky, unconventional, chubby, curly-haired freak like me, and your cheers reassured me. She said the fans' cheers watered her and made her blossom. She said she'll be challenging Julia Hart at Dynasty for the TBS title. Hathaway said Willow had what the young kids call a banger last week and knocked it out of the park. She said she is special, and she impresses him week after week. He was interrupted by Mercedes Moné, who strutted out with a microphone in hand. She told Worcester to say hello to your CEO. She said she can't wait to see Willow tear it up with Julia at Dynasty. Mercedes then says she will be facing the winner at Double or Nothing because in Vegas, money changes everything. It's time for another rant, I guess. Take a sip of my liquid death. AEW introduced rankings at the start of the year. AEW has updated them only once. They updated them, I believe, middle of February, and then they just recently updated them again twice in 3 months. AEW put out rankings where Willow is the number one contender for the TBS Championship and Julia Hart. And Mercedes comes out and basically shits all over the rankings. Mercedes debuted this past March, not only a few weeks ago. Big business in Boston at the TD Garden. Mercedes has showed up. She had a promo to start Dynamite Big Business. She got involved with Sky Blue, Julia Hart, Willow on that show. She followed up the following week, basically reciting word for word the same promo that she did at Big Business. Last week, she was on commentary, and she said a whole bunch of nothing. And here we are now, about a month in to Mercedes being on AEW television. And she has had zero impact on anything in that division after a month. Now I'm going to play devil's advocate here. I don't usually do that. For all I know, from what we saw, Mercedes is cleared. She got physical on night one. We saw video on social media of her training, taking reps, taking bumps. The woman's ready. The woman's ready. The woman's cleared. The woman is ready to go. Yet the great creative of AEW, this is what they've accumulated for Mercedes Moné. Tony, again, I don't know if he will catch wind of this or if somebody is listening and then we'll pass this on to him. I take great offense when I watch a program and I feel like my intelligence is insulted. Are we just handing title shots to people because of who they are? What is the point of having rankings? What is the point of having an overall ranking system if someone like Mercedes can jump on in after you literally just updated the rankings last week and claim she is the number one contender to either Julia Hart or Willow Nightingale when she hasn't even fucking wrestled a singles match since she's joined the company? How does that make her the number one contender? Who approves Mercedes as the number one contender to bypass the overall rankings? If you are going to blatantly shit on the rankings, then you should blatantly delete the rankings and blatantly get rid of the rankings altogether. Because what you did was take Bruce Pritchard's mentality and apply it to WWE television. I can't tell the difference. Now, here's the rankings where we count wins and losses. Meanwhile, Mercedes hasn't won one fucking match, and she's already the number one contender for a pay-per-view that's more than a month away. All I know is the woman better wrestle at least 3 times before we get to Double or Nothing. What are we doing? You signed this woman to the largest women's professional wrestling contract of the modern era. She's the biggest free agent female in the history of the business. Someone who basically was the leader of the women's revolution. And the most she has on her resume in AEW is dancing. What are we doing? You mean to tell me that nobody in this company could have accumulated some sort of mini story for Mercedes upon entering? You know, for all the geeks that say I don't watch Collision, I vividly remember Serena Deeb claiming that she is the final boss. Yeah, sure thing. Didn't Serena Deeb use those words several weeks ago on Collision, well before Mercedes made her debut? Why couldn't we have something with Mercedes and Serena Deeb? Why couldn't we have something with Mercedes and basically anybody to kickstart this woman into wrestling for AEW? At that point, maybe I would say, all right, she beat Deeb and she beat Sky Blue or whoever you want to put her in the ring against. She could be on her way to being the number one contender. I'm sure there are a whole bunch of women in that locker room that have a problem with Mercedes, with the money she's making, and the fact that some of the added perks include her own locker room. She doesn't even dress with the rest of the women because she's better than everybody. Nobody's got a problem with that, huh? Not one iota of a story. Once again, making fools out of everybody who claimed she's coming on in and she's going to change the game. What have we changed? What have we changed? All AEW has done is waste Sasha Banks for an entire month on their television show with absolutely nothing to show for it. Tony Khan is clearly happy. Tony Khan is legitimately rocking a wrestling boner in the back, smiling from ear to ear as he watches Mercedes walk out through Gorilla. Who doesn't love watching that woman walk away? Watching Mercedes as he giggles to himself. I got Sasha Banks in AEW. That's all he's happy with. 4 weeks. 0 return. Are you planning on booking this woman at the pay-per-view? I certainly hope so. Maybe a match with Sky Blue. I certainly hope so. Or are we going to wait till Double or Nothing for her first match where she wins the championship and has 0 wins accumulated? Fucking ridiculous. Best friends. Tag team tournament match, semifinals against the Young Bucks. This was very good. Probably the best match on the entire show, if you ask me. Tournament is Rock Dozier, get out. Rock Dozier, get out. Get out of my chat. JD flip-flopping again. I'm going to flip-flop your fucking sister on your bed and fucking show her exactly what the good old Italian braciole is all about. Get the fuck out. Flip-flopping my fucking ass. Flip-flopping. I'm sorry. You must be one of those AEW virgins who haven't felt the essence and touch of a woman before. Flip-flopping what? Why don't you shut the fuck up, go to bed early, and go flip-flop the fucking Burger King burgers that the fucking general public are going to be asking you for tomorrow? Get out of my fucking chat. Flip-flopping what? Am I wrong? I'll take mine with extra cheese. Pickles on the side, bitch. Get the fuck out. I thought this was great. Predictable, but great. We got Sue, Trent's mother, out there. They all showed up wearing matching suit jackets or jumpsuits, whatever the fuck you want to call them. Best friend tracksuits. During the Bucks entrance, Matthew winked at the camera and said, "Hey, scapegoat, I love your work." Just adding more fuel to the fire. Just adding more fuel to the fire. Imagine Tony Khan choosing Jack Perry over CM Punk. Imagine that. Imagine that, folks. Fumbling the biggest bag that he ever had handed to him in CM Punk. Great job. And then his EVPs just doubled down on it, pretending it's not like one huge fucking loss. No, but I'm sure the Adam Copeland promo, that really set people straight. That really showed them, right? Here's another thing, TK, the Adam Copeland promo. The last time he had somebody The last time you had somebody cut a promo like that, it was Jon Moxley after the Brawl Out situation. That's when you had Jon Moxley cut that fucking promo. That was a promo that was needed. The company was in shambles. That directly affected the overall reputation of the company. Jon Moxley was addressing what had happened, a negative, something that almost killed the company, and rallied the troops. This Adam Copeland promo was not Jon Moxley's promo. Nowhere even close. It was a desperate cry for attention to mask the criticisms because everybody in AEW, they don't want to take accountability for the fucking problems that they themselves have caused. Scapegoat, I love your work. Imagine not firing Jack Perry. We go into the first commercial break. Bucks are on the floor. They swept the legs of Beretta on the edge of the apron. Power bombs on both Cassidy and Beretta on the apron. Matthew put on a headset, threw things to a picture-in-picture. And he was scolding Excalibur for his work. We come back from break. We're doubled down in the middle of the ring. Matthew pulled off the turnbuckle pad. This was behind Rick Knox, the referee. Beretta made the hot tag to Orange Cassidy, who ran wild with a top rope crossbody clothesline before ultimately being DDT'd by Matthew Jackson. Lariat turned Cassidy inside out. Bucks mocked the little kicks that Cassidy does before signaling for the EVP trigger. Cassidy ducked. Bucks smacked their knees together. Cassidy hit multiple spinning DDTs before top rope DDT spiked Nick for a 2. Beretta made the tag and put Matt in a tombstone position. Cassidy hit a spike off the top for almost a TK driver variation. Beretta pulled out a page of Taylor's playbook with soul food. Matthew responded with a super kick into a code blue. Matthew went to the floor and took out Taylor with a super kick, but pulled back when he saw Sue. This man was going to super kick Sue. He stopped. Matthew says he wasn't going to do it. Sure. Sue then slaps Matt, the weakest slap I might have ever seen. He was taken out by Orange Cassidy. Back inside Beretta, he was setting up. His mother leaned in to the ring under the bottom rope and kissed her son. Beretta hit a running knee. Top rope double stomp. Strong zero connected. Nicholas broke the count, only to be wiped out by a Cassidy dive. Sue cheered. Beretta charged at Matthew, hit a slingshot on Beretta into the exposed turnbuckle. Got a schoolboy for the win, and the Young Bucks advance to the pay-per-view to wrestle the winner of Top Flight and FTR. Post-match, Beretta was upset, slow to get to his feet. Sue cheered on. She wanted a group hug. Beretta, Taylor, and Cassidy were about to give the people what they wanted. Beretta charged at Orange Cassidy with a Busaiku knee, knocking out Orange Cassidy. Taylor stood there, emotionless, didn't know what to do, didn't know how to react. Beretta stormed out of the ring, his mother asking what happened, why? As he walks away up the ramp, walking right by his mom. I know this was kind of brewing for at least a few weeks. I don't know why we're breaking up the best friends. I don't really see, especially in this landscape, I don't see Beretta going anywhere. When in actuality, we need more tag teams than we do singles competitors. Where's Beretta going to go? What are we going to do? Beretta versus Orange Cassidy. I'm sure that's going to light the fucking world on fire. Sometimes it makes sense to break up a tag team. Sometimes it doesn't. In this case, it doesn't. We don't need to break up the best friends. Especially when fucking Chuck Taylor is out with injury, not even back yet, not even giving him a fucking opportunity to get back with his tag team partner. very flat angle in which they tried to really over accentuate and make into a bigger deal, but it really wasn't. Thunder Rosa. She won one-on-one with Mariah May. These are the number 2 and number 1 ranked women's wrestlers in the women's division. Timeless Tony Storm is on commentary. Always great as Tony. Always great to have Tony time. Always. Rosa wasted no time. As soon as the bell rang, she went right on the attack. So Mariah May is starting to fight back. Some strikes followed by some sweet chic music. Shotgun drop kick for a 2 count. Rosa countered into a side slam, head scissors before sending May to the apron with a charging drop kick. Rosa wanted a Death Valley driver on the apron, but May slid out, tried for a sunset bomb, only for Rosa to hit a counter into a hurricanrana. Rosa then hit a diving crossbody against the barricade, and we go to commercial break. Come back from break. Both ladies throwing forearms, chops. They looked like they were going shoot style on each other. Storm said May reminded her of a young Tony Storm. It's that whole entrance. Rosa reminds her of an older Thunder Rosa. Whatever the fuck that means. May connected on a backdrop driver. Rosa avoided a corner charge. May tried a head scissors. Rosa again fought off, only to roll through a top rope double stomp attempt. May was there with a charging knee, wanted to follow up with Mayday. Rosa reversed into a roll-up for a 2 count. May fired off a wild headbutt, wanted Mayday again. This time Rosa hit a backstabber and her Tijuana bomb for the win. Thunder Rosa is the new number 1 contender for the Women's Championship, and it looks like that match will be taking place at Dynasty. Should be good. Thunder Rosa's a great opponent. I just don't see Tony Storm losing to Thunder Rosa. Penta. He was backstage with Alex Abrahantes. Penta is for the people, and they've been asking for Penta to carry gold. Really? I'd like to see who these people are. Penta challenged Adam Copeland next week on Dynamite for the TNT Championship. We're not even doing open challenges anymore. Is Penta in the top 5? Is Penta in the top 5? I'm going to look it up. Because AEW rankings. I got to look it up. Where is Penta? Oh, this is from August 31, 2022. Oh, my goodness. AEW rankings from March 27th. Let's see. Penta is not even in the top 5. Okay, great. Great. So we're just giving title shots away. Tony, I would appreciate if you don't insult our intelligence. Penta doesn't deserve a title shot based on the rankings. So why is he getting a championship match out of everybody when he's not in the rankings? I don't know. Or is this part of the Open Challenge? Is this part of the Cope Open? Told you exactly how the Cope Open should be. Here we are going back on that. Right back to the typical bullshit that AEW usually gives us with Open Challenges. Awesome. AEW World Title Contract signing. Swerve Strickland and Samoa Joe. Tony Schiavone is in the ring, introduced Swerve, and then Samoa Joe. They both come out, both get their entrances. Joe told Schiavone to shut up. He says they are in front of fans who seem to care a lot about him. So he wanted to give them advice before he signs the contract. He said he's watched it all, including his match with Hangman Adam Page. He says what a great follow-up it'd be for fans if he won the AEW World title. He says the truth is that signing the AEW contract is doom and destruction and a career-defining mistake. He says he should do the right thing and not sign the contract. Swerve said Joe should know that he's wanted this his entire life. Says he dreamed of the moment because he didn't know it was possible. He says they are building a dynasty with signings like Okada, Mercedes, and Ospreay. We got a loud MJF chant which was not really weird because MJF is the ace of AEW. Swerve said the championship is bigger than both of them. He said Joe is the definition of a killer, so am I. He said on April 21, I will show him that I am every bit of that man. He said he'll grab the keys to the dynasty and turn AEW into his house. Now run the fade on that bitch, is what he said. You know, there was a line in here by Samoa Joe where he said that it's bad information Strickland's been given. Signing this contract is a career-defining mistake, so let me put it in the terms of a rapper would understand. I'm going to beat Swerve Strickland so bad, it'll leave him scarred like he left Diddy's party too late. Samoa Joe is a fucking savage. A savage. That was the line of the night. So after all of this, now run that fade, bitch. Swerve hit him. Joe shoved him. And Swerve wrapped the chain around his neck. Joe headbutted free and then punched Swerve with the chain-wrapped fist. He threw a few more punches to the back of his head and then jabbed his face repeatedly, which busted open Swerve. Joe walked to the stage. Swerve looked up, bleeding from his forehead. Great shot. He started to laugh maniacally. Joe, I love this shit, he says. He says, if that's all you got, then I'm definitely taking your championship at Dynasty. He then signed his contract in blood. He lifted the pen. He wiped the pen on his blood-soaked forehead. He then took his hand and wiped his bloody hand all over the contract and signed the contract. Signed the contract in blood. We've seen this 1,000 times. It's nothing new. It's not AEW. Oh my God, they're so creative. We've seen this 1,000 fucking times. We've seen it in AEW. Joe charged back and kicked Swerve low and then slammed him through the table. Holy shit chance after the Uranage through the table. Joe leaned over Swerve with his belt in his hand and had some words for him. He then stood on his chest and raised the belt as AEW Dynamite this week came to a close. I thought this was a good segment, effective for what it was, but it was nothing new. I mean, I thought the promo was decent. Swerve hasn't really set the world on fire with his promo ability here. The words that he's saying are good enough to get into the title match, but I mean, there's nothing. He hasn't really given me that emotional push. He hasn't. Samoa Joe is always vicious. Samoa Joe is typically known for going for the jugular. Always. No matter who he's in the ring with, for a title or not. Swerve needs to be that vicious. At this point, you know, maybe they think Swerve has said all he could say about why he should win the AEW championship. And maybe they're just treading water until we get to the pay-per-view. I don't want to sit here and only feel Swerve should win the championship because it's time to crown Swerve. I want to feel that I'm invested in what he's saying and doing, on top of feeling like, you know what, out of everything we've seen so far, it's now time. There's nobody else that deserves that opportunity in that position but Swerve. I need more than just that. It's time to crown him. Where we go from there, I don't know. I'm very displeased with tonight's show. And I'm exhausted. And I got a long drive ahead of me. So let's get to these super chats. We are going to get into the super chats in just a second. Quickly, I just want to provide you guys tonight's sponsor. DraftKings is sponsoring tonight's show right here on Off the Script. Tonight's podcast is brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook. Get in on all the action and download the DraftKings Sportsbook app right now. New customers who bet just $5 will get $150 back in bonus bets instantly. The only way you could do that is downloading the app and using my promo code JD50 from NY. DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours. Thank you guys for joining me tonight, man. Follow me on social media at JD from NY206. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Cameo. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for notifications. And make sure you guys go and check out all the other content on the channel. Plenty of it. We need 100 more likes for 1,000. If you guys want to hit that thumbs up, we really appreciate it. And follow me on social media at JD from NY206, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Cameo. Joseph Taylor with a $6 super chat. JD, Jesse, the two matches I'm excited for at WrestleMania is the Bloodline versus Cody, and Seth and Cody versus Roman 2. Great. Thanks, Joseph. Devoted with 20 months. Cheers, brother. Lord J. $2 super chat. He says, yo, Scapegoat, I love your work, says Matthew Jackson. Easy with the $10 super chat. Hey, JD, Jesse, is Mercedes hurt? Because everybody else that came in had matches before going for a title. So much for the ranking system. I hope Jesse and his family are doing better. OTS for life. Thank you, Easy. No, Mercedes is not hurt. Tony Brown. $4.99. Mercedes definitely fills out a dress, fellas. I hope she's listening. Mercedes is a beautiful lady. Thank you, Tony. Hush with a $1.99. Well, at least we know TK was very bothered by Punk. Yes. Yes, he was. John Graff with a $49.99. JD, Jesse, Happy Mania Week. Final prediction, Cody or Roman? John, thank you for your 50. Cody. Cody needs to win. Hush with a $1.99. Mercedes made rankings illogical, calling her shot. Yes, she did. Adam, $2 super chat, sending prayers for Jesse and his family. He appreciates that, Adam. Thank you very much. Jason Barker with a $5 super chat, sending out prayers for Jesse, his son, and his family. He appreciates that, Jason. Thank you, brother. Billy and Thomas, thank you guys for your generosity and the $100 super chats. AJ with a $1.99. What's up, JD? Man, CM Punk got under TK's skin so badly. Yes, he did. Drew Gilmore, what's up, buddy? $9.99. Many prayers to Jesse and his family. I lost my grandma at 93 years old last week, and today, a longtime friend of mine died from injuries he sustained in a motorcycle accident. Prayers all around. Drew, I'm terribly sorry to hear that, brother. My thoughts and prayers with you and your family and your friend's family, man. That is just awful. Seems like it was a bad month of March, and it's starting in April, man. Hopefully, I hope things turn around for everybody, honestly. Ruben Barber with 8 months. Jesse, my brother, we got you, man. Hold strong. You and your lovely family. Ruben, thank you so much, and Jesse appreciates it, man. Jason Alpa with a new membership. Thank you, Jason. Stallions Productions. $9.99. Punk seems like a cancer everywhere. I won't be surprised if it's Cody versus Punk at Mania next year. How's your cat doing? Is she feeling better? Who would you hire to help Khan with his stories? Punk is not a cancer. Punk is a cancer because Punk speaks openly, free, and wears his heart on his sleeve. I mean, I wouldn't want anybody else to be any other way. Is he right? Yes. Is he wrong? Yes. But so is AEW and so is Tony Khan. My cat's doing great. She's feeling a lot better. And who would Tony Khan hire? Or who should Tony Khan hire? You're looking at him. The Craig with 16 months. Prayers for Jesse's son. Place your healing touch on him as we speak. Amen. Craig, thank you. Jesse appreciates that, and I'm sure he loves all the support he's getting tonight. David with a $100 super chat. This bomb dono goes out to everybody in the chat and to Jesse and his family dealing with hard times, whether that would be hospitalization due to sickness or tragic loss. Stay positive, and whenever life throws you a curveball, fight back to be the best you can be. David, thank you, brother. Jesse greatly appreciates it. Jamel Turney with a 499. JD, do you know what Cody means when he says Brandy wasn't treated fairly when they left AEW? I do not know because I don't watch. I keep up with OTS. I don't know exactly what he means, Jamel, but I had a feeling, and Jesse had a feeling, that the women's division was being overlooked or overseen by Brandy Rhodes. Or she was a consultant of some sort for the women. And then she was no longer. And when Cody and Brandy left, things went downhill. I don't want to say for sure because I don't want to be speculating, but I think when Cody and Brandy left, things made things hit a downward spiral. Derek with a $5 super chat. I sent you a DM on Twitter about the link to purchase tickets to the tailgate. Is that still available? I really want to meet you. Derek, they are still available. They are on Andrew Baydalla's Twitter page. Follow him on Twitter at Andrew Baydalla. I think he's actually got it pinned at the top of his Twitter. JF 999 W Stream. I know it may be a bit off topic, but what are your thoughts about the recent surging hot take that the Attitude Era is overrated? In my opinion, it has been mostly terrible outside of the main event scene. The Attitude Era was overrated. The Attitude Era was great because of everything else that made it the Attitude Era. Titties, ass, blood, cursing. Not everybody was afforded those luxuries, but it had a different sense. It was cool. The Rock has tried to bring that back, at least with what he's been doing. Hasn't been across the whole show, but at least he's trying to bring it back with what he's doing. Attitude Era was overrated. I prefer NXT Black and Gold over the Attitude Era. Sue with a $5 super chat. JD, have fun in Philly. Have a drink on me and enjoy yourself. I know you and Drew will enjoy our Super Bowl of wrestling, WrestleMania 40, OTS for life. Thank you, Sue. Yeet with a $4.99. Tony Khan needs to wake up. He needs to step down from head of creative and hire real writers like Jennifer Pepperman. He has the talent. Now, we don't really know what Jennifer Pepperman is doing because after tonight's show, don't know. Nikki Boyle, the $4.99. Where the best wrestle is the new where the big boys play. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure Eric Bischoff loves that. Fanatics with a new membership. Thank you, Fanatics. Basic, 12 months. He needs to stop booking creative. He had 5 years to show everyone what he can do. I agree. Stallions Productions with a $19.99. JD, have you ever thought of trying to talk to Tony Khan about where he might be and pitching him some of your ideas? MJF told me at the Iron Claw premiere that he listens and sometimes hires people. You have the it factor. Stallions, I try my best to not be a mark, okay? If someone that works there enjoys what I do, I am very humble and very appreciative, and I don't expect them to listen. And if they do, great. Has Tony listened to what I've done? Whether it's this show or TNT? Absolutely. I know for a fact. I'm not reaching into Tony's DMs to tell the man what he needs to do. He has access to what I do and what I say on social media and on this show. Nor do I want a job. And if he does give me a job, it needs to be double what I'm making on YouTube. Fabian Garcia with a $10 super chat. So my mom passed away recently. We would watch AEW together. Fabian, I'm terribly sorry to hear that. I mean, you guys are going through some tough shit, man. I am sorry for everybody. It's been a rough few weeks, but wrestling and you, JD, have been making it easier, whether I agree with you or not. Thank you. Fabian, thoughts and prayers, brother. Cameron Battle, the $4.99. Hey, JD, I think what could happen at WrestleMania? Chad Gable throwing in a towel to cost Sammy the match, or Chad Gable turning heel, which I don't want. It's going to be the best match of the weekend. Gunther versus Sami Zayn. Basic, $4.99. How many times are we going to get a rallying of the troops? This is becoming a pattern. Next, TK will say AEW will be better, then nothing happens. It was basically what Adam Copeland did tonight reminded me of what the McMahon family did back in 2018 in January or December, one of those months. Winter of 18 going into 19. Where Shane, Triple H, Stephanie, and Vince proclaim that we, the fans, are the authority. That's the vibe I got. And then obviously what happened after that? Zero. Bryce Chi Gainus. Shea Gainus. $9.99. Only long-term story AEW is able to pull off. Good was Hangman Omega and the Bucks, eventually leading to Hangman's title run with the AEW title. Yeah. Scribble Stokes with a $5 super chat. When AEW started, the story of Hangman was amazing. Kenny's reign as champ. Punk, MJF, Eddie. Not sure what happened. Maybe when Tony took creative. That's exactly what happened. It's exactly what happened. Ricardo, 44 months. WWE making record profits. AEW making drama. Thank you, Ricardo, for 44 months. Cameron Battle with a $4.99. Dax just cut the same damn promo that Adam did on Collision tonight. Wow, I just missed my AEW in 2019. It's a fucking shame. MGM97 with a $1.99. You might as well cover NXT. Laughing emoji and classic rant. MGM97 also, I haven't laughed this much since Vince was in Gorilla. Jericho, 8131 with a $10 super chat. Whenever Tony gets virally blasted, he cracks under the pressure and reflects in the following Dynamite. It happened tonight with the Jinder Mahal incident and other times. TK can't handle adversity. Jericho, comment of the night. Factual information. Keith Hobson with a new membership. Thank you, Keith. Bryce with a $1.99. Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter need to come back ASAP. Yes, they do. Hunters Hybrid Media with a 5. Flip flopping his sister. Ha, 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 ha. That was great. Thank you, Hunters. Kid Revos with a $10 super chat. TK needs to realize it's hard to get behind a person receiving a push when they struggle going 10 plus minutes with every jobber they face. He tries to book so everyone looks good rather than building the winner. Again, factual. Keith Hobson with a $20 super chat. This is the best rant truth-telling since your Ginger days. You are awesome, and fuck Bill Goldberg. Thank you, Keith. Lisa, $10 super chat from Lisa. Great show, JD spitting facts as per usual. Enjoy the next few days on The Undertaker show. Heard great reviews about it. Have one on me. Oh, I'll have a couple old fashions tomorrow night. You better best believe it. Miles with a $4.99. As always, JD, you keep it 100% honest and tell it like it is. That's why you are the GOAT. Prayers to Jesse and his family. Thank you, Miles. Will Chisholm, $5 super chat. It don't matter who Tony brings in to help book the show. Just like Vince in the past, he has the last call, but Tony don't listen. Amos Kinsul with a $1.99. Bring back NXT Black and Gold. I miss Black and Gold, man. I miss Mauro Ranallo. Adam, $2.79. Take me back to when Cody was in AEW building stars. J-Ray with a $5 super chat. First 3 weeks of March proved that AEW is the formula to put on great shows. It's just a situation of how they stay consistent with that formula. Hunter's Hybrid Media with a new membership. Thank you, Hunter's Hybrid. Appreciate you, brother. You guys killed it tonight with the Super Chats. And J. Ray with the final Super Chat tonight. $2 Super Chat. Praying for Jesse and his family. Yes, we are. Guys, thank you very much for all your support. If my rant bothered you, don't really care. Content creators in this community are so fucking soft that they're afraid to say what needs to be said because they'll lose an interview, they'll lose media access, and they'll have these guys unfollow them on social media, and their egos will be bruised. I don't give a fuck if you follow me or not. You following me has absolutely no bearing on how much money I make and the viewership that I get on here. I built my channel on truth, honesty, and for the love of pro wrestling. Everything that WWE did while they were down, you and I battled through it. I told you how it was every week, and how it should be. And we're doing the same thing for AEW. Eventually, they will listen. Eventually, they have to listen. The one guy that's been right about anything, man. Everything. I didn't put shit behind a paywall like Sap. I didn't come on here with fucking flower responses, clickbaiting. I didn't come on here with fucking propaganda like Denise. Fucking buying followers and fucking manipulating followers on YouTube and Twitter and all this other shit. All I ever did was be honest with you guys. The numbers show. This weekend, I'm looking at 9,000 minimum for both Saturday and Sunday. And when you look at everybody else in the community and you look at how weak their WrestleMania numbers look in comparison, you know why people will show up here. Because I'm always going to give it to you how you deserve. Always. Thank you guys very much for all your support. Follow me on social media at JD from NY206. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Cameo. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for notifications. Make sure you guys go and check out all the content on the channel. Plenty of it. Hit that thumbs up. And I'll see you guys in Philly starting tomorrow. Hopefully I see you guys out and about, man. And if you do, old fashions, no muddled, one cherry. Gentleman Jack is my whiskey of choice. Have a great night, guys. Fuck your tribalism. And I'll see you in Philly for WrestleMania week starting tomorrow. See you guys later. Tonight's show is brought to you by our partners over at DraftKings. Are you guys wondering what the DraftKings Sportsbook app actually offers you? Check out DraftKings Parlays, same game parlays, same game parlay extras. You guys can combine multiple bets for the same game for a shot at an even bigger payout. And the process is very simple. All you have to do is download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use that promo code JD from NY. Once again, download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use that promo code JD from NY. Only at DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours.
I don't even know why I come here.